curtains down. Shandor's got his head up in the clouds so high. And Farty's dropping truth bombs, making grown men cry. We swear like sailors cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. For bars and cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. Shandor's got a mouth that never knows when to quit. He'll say the wrong thing just for the hell of it. Farty's on a rant about the state of the nation, while Shandor's in the corner lacking concentration. We swear like sailors cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. From bars to cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another cause the night's getting finer. Shandor's a dreamer with his head in the world. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. Tried to flirt, but it turned into a mess. She called her a lady, she heard hot mess. Farty's on his soapbox, preaching to the crowd, but all they hear is noise, cause he's way too loud. We swear like sailors, cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. From bars to cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. So if you see us coming, better lock the door. Cause Shandor and Farty are always looking for more. We're a whirlwind of chaos, a two-man parade. And we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another cause the night's getting finer. Shandor's a dreamer with his head in a whirl. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another cause the night's getting finer. Shandor's a dreamer with his head in a whirl. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. Shandor tried to flirt, but it turned into a mess. He called her a lady, she heard hot mess, didn't find her. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till I let your hair curl. So if you see us coming, better lock the door. Cause Shandor and Farty are always looking for more. We're a whirlwind of chaos, a two-man parade. And we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling.
Out the butt plug and fucking you should see what she did with it next.
What the fuck, dude?
Hang on, we're live, aren't we?
Oh
Oops.
shit. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to the show. I hope you all had a great week. We're gonna make your weekend even better. We actually have a show planned today. And no, I didn't just pull it out of my ass 10 minutes before going live. And no, I didn't just crawl out of bed 15 minutes before going live. So, suck it, apparently. So we're going to get to the fun topic today, only because Farty doesn't really know much about the topic here. But I wanted to pick his brain and see how he felt about this. So I love Cyberpunk. I love the genre. I love everything about it, right? it entranced me as a child when I first saw Ghost in the Shell when in like the early 90s, late 80s when I was a kid. And I thought it was like the coolest fucking thing ever. Here you had this robot cop with a human brain going and tracking down people and just giving them what for, right? I loved the fucking movie. I thought it was great. And then I found out that it was a comic book and that there was more shit attached to it. And I delved deeper and deeper and deeper into this really weird, gritty. I really don't want to say the word gritty because I fucking hate it because it's been overused so many times. But this very dark chapter in humanity that is offset by the use of tech and like how it can improve lives, but also all the extra bullshit that goes with it. And I think we're living in a cyberpunk time, right? Like, yeah, people don't have fucking well, I guess that isn't technically true because some amputees do in fact have not cybernetic but robotic limbs right now. There's a difference between cybernetics, bionic, and robotic. There's like a whole different. It's like a whole different life path, a whole different skill tree when it comes to these things. So it's entirely.
Cyberdyne Light.
What's that?
Cyberdyne Light.
Yeah. But it's not quite Terminator, but it's not quite like butterflies and flowers, right? So I'm prefacing this entire thing with my love of the genre, right? I love the I found out that there is a cyberpunk role-playing game, right? That was called Neuromancer. I never really got into Neuromancer because I didn't like the magic that was in it. Like there's actual spells in Neuromancer and it makes it more like a D&D style game. And D&D is whatever. I play that a little bit once in a while, but I never really like got into it. You know what I mean? Like I played it, it was fun, but I never got into it. And then as I get older, I get more and more involved into other video games that are kind of adjacent to the genre. And I got into mech simulators, right? I loved mech simulators and flight simulators and shit like that as a kid. And then we fast forward to the release of Cyberpunk 2077. Everybody knows it has issues on launch. I don't really want to talk about that. Everybody seems to bring that up, and it's kind of getting tiresome for me. Because like I follow it. I follow Cyberpunk 2077. I play it. I still actively play it. I don't play it as much as I used to because there's actually actively shit to look for and do in the game, which is interesting considering I've already beaten it about 3 or 4 times in the 3 years since it's been out. 4 years since it's been out, whatever it's been at this point. Sorry guys, I am still really super fucking snotty from getting out of bed. So I have been through all those ups and downs with this game and hearing, well, it's been blah 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 blah. I'm tired of hearing about how much of a shipwreck it was when it came out. That's all there is to it. So there has been information that has surfaced about what the original plans for Cyberpunk 2077 were. And I'm kind of flabbergasted. And, a lot of things make sense to me now as a result of, the release and the timetable and everything. And I'm still kind of trying to wrap my head around the post-development of this game. So, development of the game is done. They are not working on it actively anymore. They have patched out all of the bugs. They have added the Phantom Liberty DLC. Phantom Liberty DLC was fucking amazing. It adds to the entire franchise. It adds to the story of 2077 in a way that, like, if you've never played Cyberpunk, I recommend anyone listening to play it now. All right, play 2077 now. You can get it on Steam. You can get it on a PlayStation. Although PlayStation requires you, and this is one of the many things that's been kind of miffing me. PlayStation now requires you to play the demo for 5 hours before you can buy the game.
Why?
Because of the problems with the launch.
Oh, well, they want us to fucking beta test it for them, do they?
So, yes, I think. So that's PlayStation's requirement. It's not CD Projekt Red's. CD Projekt Red had to pull it off of PlayStation before it and patch a lot of it before it could go back on to PlayStation. And I think the same was true of Xbox, although I wasn't really following the console side of things very closely, so you'll have to forgive me on that if that's misinformation.
PC Master Race.
Exactly. I actually really don't care if you play console or not. Play console. If you like playing video games and you feel console is your jam, then go for it. I don't really care. As long as you're a gamer and you enjoy gaming. If you don't enjoy gaming and you have a video game, what the fuck is the point of it? I don't get it.
I don't know what the point of having just a basic fucking console, because when I was going out with Susan, her two sons from her first marriage,
Mm-hmm.
Her first husband, Gary, worked for Microsoft, and he was one of the people you call up if you're having a problem with the game, and he walks you through it.
Oh.
So he had the first tablet type computer in Australia before tablets were actually a thing. This was like a laptop that you could actually turn the screen around, fold it back down, and draw on it and shit.
Yeah, I remember. They used to call them laptops, or they used to call them tablets, rather. They called them tablet computers. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, this was before they were actually released.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, like this is like the beta tester before it was the pre-release fucking device that they were fucking around with in Microsoft. Yeah, getting it to work and shit.
Yeah, because I think Microsoft and Dell. I think Dell was the first one to put it out, and they put it out. They also took the tablet and rebranded it as the Toughbook eventually, and it became quote unquote military spec. I got some things to say about military spec, but that's for a different stream.
All done by the fucking lowest bidder. But anyway, yeah, so fucking Gary went and got Cameron and Joshua this fucking Xbox with a fucking mod chip in it. And it was like one of the programmers' fucking units that they use to actually fuck with the games and stuff and reprogram and whatnot. So what they were doing was they were going up to EB Games up in fucking Hurstville, fucking Kings, Miranda, and they were buying a bunch of games and they'd put it on the mod chip, fucking load it up, and then they'd go back and swap the games, like, I'll get a refund on this. And they were basically getting all the new games for free because it was all just fucking, they were just getting refunds off this one particular game that they'd started with. And they were just loading it up on this fucking Xbox and fucking basically ripping the damn thing.
Piracy endorsed by Microsoft, people. It probably wasn't. It was probably just this guy going, yeah, I work at Microsoft, so I know all the tricks, so I'm going to do this thing to take advantage of the position I work in.
Well, that's basically what he did, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. And then you wonder why humanity can't have nice things.
And then people wonder why I came already with a fucking Navy.
So Cyberpunk comes out. It's in a really shit state, and they spent 2 years patching it. And then they spent another year or so in tandem with with the second year of patching, developing the Phantom Liberty DLC. And so they released Phantom Liberty, and then they call it a day basically after another another couple of minor patches. So now it's coming out that there were plans for another expansion that would have taken place on the moon. And in the Cyberpunk lore, in the role-playing game, right? Cyberpunk Red, Cyberpunk 2013, 2020, all of those rule books for the actual game, like the actual tabletop game, which if anyone's interested, we'll get a game going one of these days on the Discord server. If it's early enough in the morning, might broadcast it on a Saturday morning. Who knows? So we get this Phantom Liberty DLC and two more add-ons or two more updates that would, fix the game completely. Now we see that there was the Moon DLC that was planned. There's map files for concept art, blueprints, map data, and other things like weapons and whatnot that would have been added to Cyberpunk 2077 as a DLC pack. And now I'm left wondering if a lot of that development time they spent on patching and fixing the problems went toward was in place of developing that second DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought process, and I wanted to pick your brain about this, Farty. What do you think?
Well, I reckon the way they did Fallout 4 was actually the best way of doing it, where pretty much they released it and then they supported the modding community.
As did
It
CD Projekt
ended
Red.
up being there was just that many fucking mods out there that you can do literally fucking anything. You can make it hyper realistic. You can make it look cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
You can have drop of sculpture on the avatar models and stuff like that. Fucking literally do whatever the fuck you want with it, and it was fucking wonderful and great. And the programmers were supporting all of that. But then you have some other games where they're really militant about the modders, and they're like, no, you can't touch it, it's secret, the original product, and blah, 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 blah. And then they usually shoot themselves in the foot, and they're also the kind of cunts that'll go off with YouTube reviewers and stuff like that. No, you can't show everybody our game because they've got to buy it and all this. Like, well, if you don't want to show us it, well, then we won't want to play it because we won't get to see whether it's good or not. And we're not going to fucking fork out however much you want us to fucking pay for it just to find out it might be shit full of glitches and doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So, yeah,
I agree that we live in an era where we as gamers should be able to have our cake and eat it too. End of story. We should have a fun, interesting game that we should be able to watch someone play. But we should also have fucking just wacky fucking commercials that make us more excited about the idea of the product. Right? I was saying this on my Twitch stream last night that I miss those game commercials from the 90s. Right? And the early 2000s. One of the commercials that I really actually enjoyed when it came on, and I don't know if you got this in Australia or not. But there's this commercial where for Xbox where this lady is giving birth. And the whole tagline of the commercial is life is short. So this lady's giving birth and she fires a baby out of her cooter like some sort of fucking cannon. Like the baby's some sort of cannonball. And he's flying through the air at fucking 30,000 feet like a goddamn 747. And as as he's flying, he's aging and growing up. And the end of the commercial, he lands into a fucking grave. And his
I
entire
vaguely
life...
remember this, yeah.
Huh?
I vaguely remember this, yeah.
Yeah, so like his entire life is spent like flying through the air and aging and he knows nothing of life and ends up dying, right? So yeah, it's a wacky, fucked up premise, and it's probably terrifying to a lot of people. But it was a weird fucking commercial, and it's memorable, and it like it.
I really hate games that are that fucking hard that you get, 3 seconds
Okay.
into it and then you're instantly dead and you got to start again.
All right, we lost you for a second there, Farty. So I'm guessing what you said was that there needs to be a cheat code in there in order. This is
Yeah,
my guess. There needs to be a cheat code in there to help you out when you get stuck on something.
no. Just to enjoy the game, because like if GTA Vice City never came with cheat codes, I really wouldn't have enjoyed that game as much as I did. Because like I run around fucking shooting every bastard and I get like 5 stars
Oh
instantly and all
yeah,
this kind of shit.
yeah.
So I just get ganked immediately. And I hate fucking games. This is partly the reason why I never play Call of Duty or anything like that, because I come from a physical world where I'm used to fighting a war in a certain fashion,
Yeah.
not with me fingers, but actually moving and looking and all this kind of stuff. And I don't get the same situational awareness looking at the screen and stuff. So I think I'm in cover, and then some asshole fucking snipes me from the other side of the fucking screen or something like that. And I'm like, where did this real prick come from? And it also used to piss me off playing with fucking Joshua too, because we'd play Halo. And this little prick knew all the little hidey holes, and he'd used to camp out this one fucking spot with the spawn point, and he'd fucking, as soon as you'd pop up, he'd fucking snipe you.
Oh my
And
god.
it's funny though, as soon as the tide turns right, I'd manage to escape, and then I'd go get him, and then I'd go camp out his spawn spot, and he'd spurg out like those typical little shit that he was. Oh, fuck off, man! It's not fucking you fucking cheating, man! Oh, fuck off! So, well, you don't when you get it done to you, do you now, huh? Like Pacific Fighters, for example, like that has God mode in it, and it's unlimited ammo and all this. And if you want to set up a whole battle where you just flying around, just shooting things down, endless enemies and all this kind of stuff with impunity, that's great. I like doing
Yeah. So there's no cheat codes per se in Cyberpunk. But there are mods. And the mods don't really allow you to do shit like that. What does allow you to do shit like that is the game gives you cyberware. And the game gives you the ability to survive even the weirdest situations.
Yeah, well, that's where I see like the mods in Fallout 4 would have helped too, because I don't think that comes with a cheat code, but you can get the mods where you get the power armor straight away and all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and you can boost your stats and all this kind of crap straight away, and that basically is the same. It at least gives you like extra time to at least get through this stage and then get your health back or something like that, like get a stem
Yeah.
pack or something.
Um.
Or you just have endless stem packs.
Yeah. No, I vaguely remember playing a little bit of one Fallout. I don't remember what it was. I think it was 76. And I know it's not quite the same as the other games in the franchise. But the way Fallout was set up didn't really speak to me. It felt more like, man, it felt more like and again, my only experiences was 76, so it could just be a shit experience. But my only experience is that it was set up more like an Elder Scrolls game than anything to me. And I just it's not for me. Right? And I get to say that it's not for me. Other people don't get to say that for me. They don't get to decide what's for me or not. I need to try the product. I need to decide whether or not I want to take part in that product. That is on me, not you. So you executives at Disney, you can go eat a rotten egg, all right? Um, when you tell me that Captain Marvel isn't for me, no, I get to make that choice. You dumb fucking son of a bitch. Any rate, tirade aside, um, yeah, it didn't really appeal to me, and it's weird because it is kind of adjacent to that whole cyberpunk theme, right? The
Yeah.
some
Laser
people.
muskets.
What's that?
Laser muskets.
Yeah,
That's as cyberpunk as you're gonna get.
yeah. Um, I think it combines elements of cyberpunk and steampunk, and
Yeah.
maybe it's the whole, retro future 50s, 1950s, 1940s kind of, look to it that doesn't really hold me. Because again, when you're playing a video game, it's a visual medium, and that visual medium is going. There it is. There it is. I have
Mm.
I has returned.
I used to have problems with video games back in the day because I also used to grow up with like things like Ghosts and Goblins and stuff like that, and
Oh,
I
I
just
hated
always
that game. It
remember
was
that
just so
game as being
fucking.
absolutely fucking horrific because the hitbox on that little bastard was so fucking big. You could jump as high as you fucking could, but you'd still get fucking killed in the first fucking goblin,
Ghosts and
the skeleton.
Goblins is the most unfair game I have ever played. There, I
Yeah.
said it.
But
So
the
yeah,
fucking problem was that you wanted to play it over and over and over again, and you never got past that first fucking screen.
yeah. It was like that with Mega Man for me. I've never once finished the original Mega Man all the way through, and I do not know how anybody. I don't get it. I never fucking understood it. Um, I do
Well,
not know how.
AVG hits and end up smashing the fucking computer every 5 minutes, and I feel bad now because I used to break the bloody computer. It turns out it wasn't the computer's fault. It wasn't my fault. It was actually the game was intentionally fucking broken
Yeah,
because they were just trying to get their money and scam every bastard. And I thought I wasn't giving the computer a chance, and I was losing my temper too bloody quickly, and I was costing me dad a heap of money. But it was actually no, every cunt was conning us.
yeah. And they did it on purpose because they were ports from arcade games. They never bothered to patch because it's just going to be the same as the arcade game, whatever. But the arcade game was made specifically to suck the fucking coins out of your pocket.
Yep. Well, half the games didn't even work, and there was there was one version of one really popular game in particular where the
Oh
last.
my god. Farty, I lost you for a second there because I loaded a web page.
Yeah, I was just wondering who keeps dropping out here because even fucking YouTube's starting to fucking sit and think, fucking carry on.
Oh, lovely. My VPN. That's the problem. All right, so we might lose connection to the stream for a second. Do not be afraid. The stream isn't ending. My VPN crashed. I need to close out the window. So when I hit close, there will be or may be an interruption to the stream. All right. This is a wonderful use of our time today.
YouTube keeps fucking spurging out for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I think it's because of the VPN issue. Yes, I have been using a VPN. No, it isn't for piracy. It is just VPNs do help endpoint encryption. Okay? They don't.
But so you can get away with calling fucking Kamala Harris a camel toe on X and she can't fucking track you down.
Oh, shit. He said it. He said the thing.
Kamala the cackling camel toe Harris. Heels up Harris.
uh, so, yeah, I think think, in all honesty, go play Cyberpunk if you have the means to do so. If you haven't already, go play Cyberpunk. It's a great game. Pirate if you need to. It is worth pirating. Of course, it's also worth paying money for. And if you just like, I get not having $60 to play a game. That's my biggest problem with the fucking gaming industry these days. Is they expect you to pay them $60 for a game, and now $90 in some cases, or in some cases if you're fucking Ubisoft thinking your games are worth $120, like with that newest fucking Star Wars game. No game is worth that. I don't care how big the team is. You want more game sales. Stop making A, shitty games, or B, make the games as shitty as you want to make them. But I guarantee you, we're going to go play more fucking indie games that are like 15 to $30.
Or if you really want some fun, go look up Wet Pussy Gamer on the internet.
Oh, Christ.
Go
Go to Pornhub and watch that.
Anime games.
Oh my god. Here's a game for you. Do you play on PC, Farty? Do you have a PC
No,
capable of playing video games?
I used to before the flood.
Right, I forgot about the flood.
It was downstairs.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, the good part about that is it's after 5 years since I had a business, so all my business records on it, the fucking the tax department won't give a fuck about it anymore, so it doesn't matter that I've lost them.
It's fucking... I have no words.
Because it used to be my actual business computer.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, I wanted them to future-proof it too. So build it up them as a fucking super top end fucking gaming computer that's going to be relevant in about 5 years. Right. And I don't think they did. I think they
probably not. They probably just ran away with your money.
Yeah.
So Juneteenth, quote unquote, was a week or two ago, and we had video of the Biden-Harris fundraiser. It was broadcast all over the internet. Right? A bunch of fucking rich white celebrities sucking each other off for fucking, look at how noble we are and helping those more disadvantaged than we are.
Oh, look, we're not racist. See, we brought the bloke who's got the best friend who's the grand poobah of the fucking KKK to this black fucking thing. And look, see, he's not running around being racist and all this kind of stuff. He's just staring blankly off into space because they've had to drug him up so much so he doesn't start rambling like, what the hell are you doing here?
Or what I really like about this whole situation is, hey, look, we have everybody who wears blackface. But we're not racist. No.
Yeah.
It's either...
Yeah, Justin Trudeau,
Jimmy Kimmel, Sarah, what's her name? That was in a couple of Star Trek episodes.
Sarah Silverman.
Silverman.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Fucking Jimmy Kimmel used to do like a running gag of like an NBA player.
And then Sarah Silverman did blackface a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So come over to the Democrats, the party of the blackface. I have a problem with Republicans too, okay? Republicans their hands are not fucking clean. So I universally despise politicians. Because none of them, not a single
The thing
politician.
about fucking Sarah Silverman's blackface though, yeah, the thing about Sarah Silverman's blackface though is that so the difference between RDJ and Tropic Thunder and Sarah Silverman is that RDJ, there was a point to the joke. Like, he was playing an Australian who was that committed to being an actor that
Yeah.
he'd go and change the movement of his face and all this kind of stuff to play the role, and then he was going to go back to normal. Whereas Sarah Silverman did the flat out arrogant, bloody what's his name? Fucking Joel something bloody rather fucking the whole fucking mama thing, and it was like that was supposed to be arrogantly fucking racist, not fucking actually a funny joke.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. Like I'm
But she did it
100%
for
on board with you. There is, in my opinion, and like this is just my opinion. You can disregard it because I'm a white male. Whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Right? I don't really care. People hate each other for the dumbest fucking reasons, and I'm here for it. I want to actively. I have come to the conclusion that we are headed for World War III. So why the fuck shouldn't we? Why the fuck shouldn't we go World War III?
We are already in it.
I know. We've been in a Cold War. We have been in a Cold War that will actively. There is going to be some Tinder. And I'm not talking about the app, you stupid fucks. There's going to be some Tinder that is just going to spark the entire thing. Okay, Tinder is basically just kindling for a fire. I know I used that word incorrectly. I don't care. But there's going to be some spark that ignites the Tinder. There. I said it the right way. There's going to be some spark. Like in World War I, where I was taught, and I know it's probably not the right thing because of, this, that, and the other thing, but I was taught the simplistic reason World War I happened was because somebody killed the Tsar of Russia.
But things were on a hair trigger at that point in time. Everyone was at each other's throats, and it was just that one instant was right, everyone fucking dogpile. Yeah. I'm fucking concerned at this point in time with what you bloody Americans are going to do, and it all revolves around your leadership at the moment. They've all got one foot in the grave. What are we going to do?
We're not going to do anything. We're going to have our fucking rainbow flags dancing around in fucking underwear.
No. Fucking all your leaders at the moment have got one foot in the fucking grave. They've already had their lives. They've already got their money. If fucking they destroy the world when they leave, it doesn't fucking matter because, well, they've only got 5 minutes left to live anyways.
Yeah.
Now, they keep talking about a protracted fucking nuclear conflict, and that does not fucking exist when you've got the Mad Doctrine involved. And even if you do want to drop one fucking nuke, well, then you've just gone and said you've got no problems in doing it again. So that just says to the Russians and the Chinese, well, now's the fucking chance. So they're going to throw all their fucking nukes at fucking the Yanks, and because that's the only opportunity they're going to have is a preemptive strike once, Potato fucking does that. And I can also see Potato doing it just as a way of distracting everybody from what's actually going on. So a good analogy for that was when the Wu flu happened, right? We had a whole bunch of old people in nursing homes get sick and die, and there was this whole thing of like the families couldn't go in and say goodbye to them or anything like that, and they were basically dying alone in these fucking nursing homes and shit like that. Well, that's something that should have been looked into, but so many things have happened since then that have overshadowed that's never going to get its day in court or fucking looked into or whatever. So fucking they've gotten away with that one. So
and they got away with lying about. They got away with lying about COVID deaths. How do we know they got away with lying about COVID deaths? Well, because they fucking told us to our face that it didn't matter how you died. We did a test, and you tested for COVID. And we did it to get more money for our hospital.
Yeah, so with all the shit that's going on with the Biden family and Pelosi and all those kinds of cunts are as dodgy as fuck and are like only a split second away from fucking getting done for it, right? Mm-hmm. I can see them fucking causing a major incident, like dropping a fucking nuke on Ukraine or something like that, just so that everyone's like, oh, let's not worry about them, their dodgy fucking dealings. Look at the end of the world's impending, fucking,
Yeah.
And I can even see them do that. Just as a fucking thing of spite, just to fuck us all over.
And you know what? The nihilist in me is just like, fucking do it already. Do it.
Well, then there's also what's going to happen when BRICS does finally come in, because that is happening. De-dollarization is coming, boys and girls. People have already jumped fucking ship, and this is already fucking halfway done. There are 40 plus countries that have joined up with BRICS, and that's Russia and China in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that means that America is going to lose its sovereign, like its hegemony on the world and its leadership and all this kind of stuff. And I can actually fucking see the dumb fuck Democrats carrying on like, oh, well, this is going to be the end of America and we must defend ourselves and turn it into a fucking, if we don't fucking nuke everybody, well, then fucking that'll be the end of us. Not understanding that it'll also be the end of you guys as well.
You give our leadership way too much fucking credit.
How will America go when it's not the world leader anymore? Are you going to do it gracefully and just fucking cop it on the chin, or are you going to fucking nuke us all just out of spite? That's what we don't know, and that's what I could probably see happening. Because this is coming, like, yeah, no way, no shit. And we're all in the fucking shit with this because your economy's fucked. Our dollar is tied to yours. And as soon as the fucking is completely lose control of like the petrol, fucking the oil and all that kind of stuff, and the Russians and the Chinese then get into it, and it's up to fucking Saudi Arabia who gets fucking punished for it. We're going to get screwed because we sided with you guys. Yeah. So we're all fucked. It's all coming. It's fucking stopping it. And,
I agree with you.
And like you got fucking cunts like the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albo on his kneesies, who's fucking too busy trying to suck Xi Jinping's dick. He's already fucking sold us out. Like we've already gone communist. And funnily enough, too, when fucking Potato got in, I made a Facebook post and on this episode of America, fuck yeah, America tries communism out. How will this go for him?
Yeah, like I said I think it was last week. We don't need
education.
Yeah, my brain just shut off for a second there.
Hey, isn't that song fucking poignant nowadays? Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, they're just another prick in the hole.
All in all, you're just another Biden on the rope. Wait, what?
Oh, Joe Biden says to Hunter, hey, you know what your sister said when she lost her virginity? Hunter says, no, Dad, please. And he goes, yeah, how'd you guess?
So, at any rate, humanity is just a hateful, spiteful race. All right? That's the point I was trying to get across, is that we're a hateful, spiteful race. And you know what? We're going to fuck each other in the end anyway. And that's all there is to it. And you know what? I'm going to encourage it. I'm going to actively start encouraging it. Do it. Fucking do it. Just blow the planet up, all right? Be done with it already. Can't have a war if there's no war to have war with.
Fucking Yuki's myself.
I will give you the coordinates, Farty. I will give you the launch codes.
Already got them, man. I'm just waiting for the decision where it's like, nah, I'm going to take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah, it's the only way. Game over, man. Game over. I recognize the aliens quote there, sir.
You know Bill fucking Paxton, right? When he goes on his rants, like they purposely talk over the end of it, but he just starts repeating himself. Because there's this one part in Aliens where he's like, they're going to come in here and they're going to, and if you listen to it, he ends up with, and then they're going to, and then someone says, shut up, Bert, or so buddy, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
There's another one with he did with Broken Lizard. It was Pleasure Island or something like that. He goes on this rant. And he's like, "You motherfucker! You son of a bitch!" So like you can see, he was just trying to make shit up at the point.
Rest in peace. So back to, I think we should get back to the topic at hand here. So this bastard, fucking Uh, Potato Diaper. We're just gonna say Potato Diaper had another presidential moment, and we have cocksucking celebrities going, oh, he didn't freeze. You saw a deep fake. That wasn't real. It was just made to look that way so our president would be discredited. Dude, we saw him shit his own pants on national television. Okay? We have seen him stumble through fucking speeches, not making a lick of sense, where his entire thing is like he's a goddamn fucking Looney Tune character looking at...
2 words.
Huh? Yeah.
2 words. No, well, fucking, the reason why he didn't get invited to King Charles's inauguration is because when he went over for the Queen's funeral, he was late to the funeral because he shit himself.
Yeah.
And then they got lost on the way to the wake so badly they gave up and just went back to Air Force One.
Yeah.
So King Charles just went, nah, there's no fucking point. Not even going to bother.
Yeah. No. Our country is helmed by a fucking puppet. All right? He's a fucking marionette. And he's being pulled on strings by a fucking... And I don't care who's going to call me a conspiracy theorist.
Barry the bummer.
Probably Obama. And if not
Yeah,
Obama,
no, it's
then
Barry
it's
the
Jill.
bummer. The stupid fucking bloody idiot fucking went and revealed it years ago when he's sitting there in that interview with that stupid shit-eating grin on his face going, if I could sit in the basement in my sweats and like have a earpiece in and, you know, do the words and then, you know, say the lines and, you know, yeah, okay, just fucking out yourself, you stupid bastard. So this isn't fucking Joe Biden's fucking first term. This is fucking Barry the Bummer's third.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a shadow government, and everybody fucking knows it. Everyone. And who do you think is taking advantage of that right now? Any guesses, anyone? I'll tell you. China and Russia are taking full advantage of it. They would not have pulled this shit with any other president in history. They wouldn't have. How long is fucking what's his name been in office in Russia? Fucking
Yeah. Putin at the end of last year basically said we're not even going to bother associating or even acknowledging the Americans' existence until they get a new leader.
Yeah. He is so confident. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. And I got news for you guys, all of you, everybody crying about Russia, please leave Ukraine alone. I've got
Well, how's
news for
about
you.
Ukraine leave the ethnic Russians in the fucking Luhansk and Donetsk regions alone and stop fucking shelling them, and then maybe the Russians will stop invading you dumb guns.
No, it's even simpler than that. It's even simpler than that, Farty. You want to know how simple it is? Every fucking person who voted Biden, every person who stayed after to manipulate the votes, because we've seen the fucking manipulation. I don't give a shit who the fuck you are. We saw the manipulation, which is why I know for a fact that our fucking voting system doesn't fucking work. It was not a fair election. All right? They fucking pumped votes into the fucking ballot box at the 11th hour. Quite fucking literally. And
you see, they even showed it on the fucking news too with that fucking, the worm. Like fucking, elections close and Biden's fucking losing ridiculously, and all of a sudden, we've got more votes to count, we need more time, and then all of a sudden Biden just fucking shoots up and fucking starts winning and shit, and Trump gets fucking nowhere, and it's like, oh yeah, get fucked. Like, this isn't fucking obvious what the fuck's going on.
If it's obvious to somebody living in Australia, who by all accounts, and I don't mean this as a slight against you, Farty.
Actually, it's a lot easier for me because we're on the outside looking in. We got our own fucking news that fucking doesn't follow the same bullshit you cunts do. You cunts are blind to what the fuck's going on at the moment. You want to know what's going on? Watch Sky News Australia.
Yeah. No, seriously, watch. I agree with Farty. Watch fucking Sky News. But there's even other things going on behind the scenes that doesn't make it to other parts of the world just because of the nature of fucking international coverage. There's
Yeah, and
so
on
much
another
more
note,
shit. Huh?
if you want to know what's going on in Ukraine at the moment, what actually is going on, watch Timor Tribune. It's an Indonesian news service, and they couldn't give a fuck what side you're on. They're just reporting what's going on.
Yeah.
No fucking bias.
But I'm going to make it simple for everybody involved. Everybody who aided in Biden becoming president, you are the reason Russia is pulling shit. That's the simple fucking truth. And I know for a fact that we're going to get buried in the YouTube algorithm for my quote-unquote hot take. But that's just the simple fact of it. They are the reason. It's not the president's fault. No, he's just a fucking figurehead. The president has always been a figurehead. The president has always been a puppet, right? At least for the last 100 years. At least for the last 100 years. How do I know this? Because fucking lobbying exists.
Well, I'd put it to you that fucking since Potato Joe has been nothing but a clusterfuck for his entire 50-year fucking career, even to the point that in 2009, right, and they're saying, oh, no, he's cognitively good. Well, why in 2009 did Robin Williams do a bloody spiel about fucking rambling Joe Biden? You know, he's like, well, you know, fucking, he says shit that people with Tourette's go, no, man, no. He's like, oh, I'm proud to be serving with Barack America. And it's like, he's not a fucking superhero, dude. Like,
No, he's
even
not.
fucking Robin Williams was saying that fucking over 10 fucking years ago, and you silly cunt still didn't fucking figure it out. This is how much of a fucking piece of shit, useless cunt fucking Joe Biden is. Not only did he cripple you cunts, but every time he tries to cripple the Russians, he actually does them a favour and makes them more money and then fucking shoots yourself in the foot again. This dumb cunt recently, right, not only has started a fucking war that we ended 30 fucking years ago, but he's now also created an instance that was fixed back in the fucking 60s, the fucking Cuban Missile Crisis. Because you dumb cunts went and fucking said, fucking, oh yeah, no worries, Ukraine, go shoot ATACMS missiles into fucking Russia. The Russians went, all right, we'll go put ballistic missiles on fucking Cuba then. And you like, Potato didn't do fucking nothing about it. Like, holy fuck. Like, and then, like, the thing with the fucking 60s and shit is like what the fuck is this cunt's fucking fascination with doing shit that's got to do with fucking JFK? He was stealing his fucking, like, his speeches and shit, plagiarizing the fuck out of them. Now he's caused the Cuban Missile Crisis, like, as if he wanted, like, oh, this is how I'd do it if I was fucking. No, he didn't have to fucking do it. But there was a meme that I saw that someone had fucking put a picture of fucking JFK. And, you know, the quote was, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask why the Biden criminal family hasn't been arrested yet. And I put a comment underneath it saying, what's the bet? Fucking Potato will probably plagiarize that one too.
Yeah.
Uh,
So even Snopes is saying that, oh yeah, it was a deep fake.
when's fucking Snopes been fucking right lately?
Yeah, I can't really, like, I knew they were going to side on the, you know, with the president, because, you know, we can't have them looking fucking weak in the eyes of the dude. Listen, he's weak, all right? He's weak. He's frail. Him and Trump both should have been retired like 10 years ago. But no, they're fucking lifetime politicians. I don't care who says what. Trump has always been a lifetime politician. He has been a party jumper since day one, which is why nobody fucking likes him. That's why no one likes him. And I, like, if you're pro-Trump, that's fine. You can be pro-Trump. But he spent time as a registered Democrat as often as he has spent time as a registered Republican. And he's always been riding on the winning train. That is it. And there was a concerted effort, and this is my theory, tinfoil hats, everybody. There was a concerted effort by Republicans and Democrats alike to keep Trump out of office, and we're still seeing that concerted effort. And we very well may be on the brink of a national civil war, all
Well,
because
if fucking Potato gets back in, you will. You will have to, because if you don't, that'll be the end of yours.
it'll be the end of us either way. We're doomed either way. That's my take. That's what I'm sticking to. We're doomed either way. The United States won't be a country in the next 5 years.
Yeah. If you
It
wanted
will
to
not.
know, like, with this deep fake fucking thing, how much a bunch of bullshit it is, all you needed to do was listen to Corinne Jean, who secretly likes the peen. That fucking stupid black Cabbage Patch fucking doll with the shit fucking covered mop on her bloody head. Fucking, she's sitting there carrying on like a fucking kid that's like gets bullied in school and comes into school one day and says, "Oh yeah, I'll kick the shit out of the bully on the weekend, but don't go and ask him because he'll just say no," you know.
Yeah.
And fucking, that's the way she's carrying on. Oh, see, they were deep fakes, and they were done by like naughty people, and you just don't listen to them because, like, trust me, don't listen to them. And you notice how that shit covered mop can't fucking seem to produce the real footage.
Yeah. Where's the real footage?
Yeah.
If it's a deep fake, where's the real footage? Somebody somewhere should have recorded it for posterity.
And then there's the bullshit excuse that no shit went and fucking said, no, that's not what you saw. What you did see was, and then fucking, like, no shit, like, don't trust your lying eyes. I'll tell you what you're supposed to have fucking saw, regardless of what you did see.
Yeah.
And fucking, then there's the bullshit excuse, say the parachutists, right? Where fucking Potato turns around and just starts walking off, and then fucking Maloney fucking has to go and corral him, and then you see that stupid Rishi fucking Sunak whose name sounds like a descriptive term for an infected cunt. Oh, she's got a bit of a Rishi Sunak, you know. Fucking, he has to come over and then fucking, what was that stupid fucking poof to Justin fucking Trudeau, and he got in because dumb sluts like the fucking shape of his asshole. Fucking, that's pretty much the only reason why he got voted in, was because dumb fucking women think he's pretty. That's the reason why we don't want women voting. Anyway, fucking, so they've all come over just to make it look like he's not fucking going off on a fucking weird tangent. So they explain that way of like, oh, but there was another paratrooper fucking over there and he's going to go and shake his hand. Well, the problem is, the whole reason why they were fucking lined up was because they were lined up so the paratroopers could go and come and fucking shake their bloody hand in a line eventually anyway.
Yeah.
Why is he going over to shake some cunt's hand? He's going to go shake his fucking hand again in 2 minutes' time. Anyway, the cunt's clearly fucking not there.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, he's not there. He's not together. Which is why Russia was able to do the shit, right? So here's why, and this is what Tim Pool said. So this is not my own opinion. This is someone else's opinion that I am sharing. So here's what Tim Pool said. Tim Pool goes, okay, so, and this is playing out exactly as he said it would. He said, okay, so the Democrats are going to push this thing. They are going to, right? There's no one way or two ways about this. They are going to find him guilty of a felony that will discredit him, or not discredit, that will disqualify him from being president, right? Because you can have a misdemeanor on your record, right, and still become president, but you can't have a felony and still be president. So we're going to go with a felony, and we're going to make sure that felony sticks. What was the best thing they could come up with? Well, they gave him the felony of fucking sleeping with someone and then trying to pay them off, which is such a low-class felony that they fucking... that it's just a fucking fine. You don't serve any jail time for it. And they set the fine for as high as they could in the state of New York, which is why the state of New York had the fucking trial. So what happens now? Trump goes to Georgia, or another sympathetic state, right? Which we have seen Trump going into a sympathetic state and just kind of holding up there. Now we just wait for the fucking... now we just wait for the Secret Service to do their job and for the armed forces to do their job, right? They will try to arrest Trump for something. I don't remember exactly what Tim Pool said, but they will try
They're
to
just
do.
going to shoot him.
What's that?
They're just going to shoot him.
They could.
He's going to be our fucking JFK.
No, because then he'd be a martyr, and the Democrats don't want him to be a martyr.
But he still won't win. He still won't be president.
No, he still won't be president, but if he's a martyr, then that gives the Republicans the vote for the next, I don't know how many years. Because remember what happened with JFK. After JFK was assassinated, the Democrat Party had a fucking boon with, what's his name?
You're missing one simple point about this. It doesn't matter if the Republicans get the vote when they assassinate Trump, because they're just going to rig the fucking elections for the Democrats to get back in anyways, and you're not going to get a choice in the matter.
No, we already don't have a choice in the matter. So it doesn't, what's going to, okay. It's going to galvanize the people on the right. It is going to galvanize people who are so fervently pro-Trump that there will be something. There will be something major, and it will be probably an insurrection. And there probably will be, even if, and this is even if Trump isn't shot dead. Because if he is shot dead, it will further galvanize people who are so pro-Trump that people who aren't necessarily pro-Trump will side with them. They will be able to go and say, look at what our corrupt fucking government did. And they're going to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Reasonably. They're going to be able to reasonably convince people without much of an argument that the government was responsible for it. Much in the same way that a lot of people who still don't believe in conspiracy theories, a lot of people, about 50% of people who don't believe in conspiracies, do believe the government had some sort of hand in Oswald shooting JFK. But it'll be different this time around because there will be galvanization behind it because of how hyper-politicized everything has become since JFK.
Well, but have a look at what's already happened, right? They've stolen an election already, and then they're like, they made a fucking big fucking hullabaloo of like, no, it wasn't stolen, and if you say it was stolen, you're treasonous and blah, 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 trying to fucking scare you into shutting the fuck up.
So let's say for the sake of argument, it wasn't stolen.
Hang on a tick. And anybody who didn't shut the fuck up has now been fucking arrested and locked up and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking, and the next time they come around, they've already put the point in that like this insurrection was supposed to have been true and correct and fucking an actual fact when it fucking wasn't. So the next time they turn around and say, look, they're not going to take the election results and, that's them, boo-hoo, we're not going to listen to them. And Potatoes already said the whole fucking, if you want to take on the US government, you got to have fucking tanks and fucking F-15s and shit. Regardless of how the Taliban didn't have that, but they seem to fucking do all right. But they're under the impression that you're not going to do anything. You're just going to sit there and fucking cop it and shit. And that's why they are going to do it. They'll shoot fucking Trump. They'll steal the next election. And if you say anything about it, they'll be just like, shut the fuck up or we'll throw you in a fucking deep, dark hole.
And that's, I agree with you. But what the thing that you're failing to take into account is, well, maybe you're not failing to take it into account, but we have to realize that there is galvanization happening right now amongst people who aren't necessarily pro-Trump, but are vehemently, definitely not even the least little bit excited about Biden, because they see what's been going on in the last 4 years. Right? They see what's been going on. They've seen inflation. They saw fucking Russia invade Ukraine. They saw it. Everyone, the entire world has seen it with their own eyes.
Well, your military you can't fucking do anything with because of fucking Afghanistan. Like, fucking Potato let the Taliban fucking dictate the rules and shit. And when the Taliban turned around and said, you cunts need to be out by September 11th, that was a fucking insult. And he should have fucking said, no. We'll leave when we fucking feel like it. Not on fucking September 11th. But the way that fucking went, right? I was saying right at the beginning from 9/11, right, that fucking we need to be in Afghanistan for decades. We need to literally breed this shit out of them. And we were fucking doing that. You had an entire fucking, you know, like population of people from fucking all the way up to like about 35 years old, because I reckon it's about those like that age have had pretty much their entire conscious existence with American style Western sort of, you know, safety and protection and all that kind of stuff without the fucking Taliban and whatnot. And when we all pulled out with no fucking warning, not only did we fuck over the ANA, because when we pulled the JTACs out, fucking there weren't any supplies. So they ran out of batteries, so there's no night vision and no radio, so they couldn't call for help and they couldn't see in the dark, and that's where the Taliban were fucking them over. They couldn't call for ammunition. They had no food, no water, no fucking other supplies and all this kind of stuff, and basically were abandoned. And then we did that to them.
Yeah.
And then all the blokes that were there up until that point, every guy who served in the GWAT up until that point had a purpose, and they were fucking doing the job, and that was actually fucking working. There was a reason for them to be there. But when fucking Potato just goes, oh no, I'm gonna tuck my dick between my legs, cluck and run like a fucking whiny little bitch, and fucking pulled out the Jolly Green, fucking that basically meant that everybody who'd been there, everyone that suffered fucking mental trauma from it, everybody who'd been wounded, everybody who died, that was all for fucking nothing. And that's where no cunt wants to join the US military, because that was such a fucking insult.
Yeah, no, it was. It was an insult, and it was yet another example of us creating our own enemies.
And that's even reflected out here too, because we're in a fucking massive detriment. We're thinking about bringing in conscription as well, because no one wants to join the Australian Army.
Yeah.
But we can fit our entire defence force into a fucking stadium and have seats spare.
So yeah, that brings up another point, is that we did, like just this last week, we are enforcing the draft now. Not to the extent that we're like having you know these 22-year-olds come in and 25-year-olds come in, because that's the way that it works, is that the draft is going to first seek 20 to 25-year-olds, then it's going to seek the 18 to 21s, and that's the way our draft is set up. I'm not sure why it's set up that way, but that's the way it's set up. And we have put into law, and the Democrats did this without the Republicans backing, and I think it's hilarious. The Democrats did this to bolster the military that they were so fervently against funding, and now we have a situation where fucking where now when the draft is instated, the 22 to 25-year-old males will be drafted into service. And now there's an added level of fun here. Now all the transgenders who are female cosplaying as guys are no, we're female. Nope. We know what bathroom to use now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So now we have that. So
I'm not totally opposed to conscription. I've always said that was one of the worst fucking things that we ever did was get rid of conscription. And it did have its benefits, because fucking back when we did have conscription, this was in the 70s and stuff like that, Australia was a vastly different place. It was a lot safer. Everybody had jobs. Everyone had a work ethic. Everyone was fit and healthy and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone was easygoing, because everyone, you know, knew how to use their initiative and fucking could think and stuff like that. So everyone was working in together and wasn't fucking getting in everyone's road.
Yeah.
Also, what happened with conscription too, and partly the Vietnam War, was that we made the argument of like, well, okay, so you can conscript guys at 18, but you can't fucking let them drink until 21. If you're going to send them off to war, at least give them a fucking choice in who they're fucking voting for, and at least let them have a fucking beer and get their dick wet before they go off and die. So that's why our fucking age of consent and drinking age and all that shit's so fucking low. That was mainly all because of conscription in the Vietnam War.
That's why Japan's age of consent is like 16 for, I think 16 for males and 14 for females.
Yeah, something like that.
It's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
Well, they're actually going to try and change that for the girls and make it a little bit higher because there's this epidemic of fucking blokes going over to Japan and
Yeah,
fucking
fucking
chat
underage girls.
14
Yeah.
year olds. And the Japanese are sort of arguing now that, like, hey, so 14-year-olds don't really know what they're getting into, so you might want to fucking up their age.
Yeah.
But nowadays, because well, now we've got rid of conscription, and especially with multiculturalism as well, um, we are never going to be able to put fucking conscription back in. And regardless what the police would like you to believe, we don't have conscription, and our police are not fucking conscripts. I wish they'd fucking stop carrying on like they are. Oh, I don't want to have to do this job. Well, you fucking volunteered for it, son. If you don't want to fucking do it, you can always fucking leave. I don't want to have a gun, a job where I carry a gun. Well, why didn't you sign up for the fucking New South Wales Fire Brigades then? Or why didn't you become a paramedic? Or why not get a truck license? You know, that's how fucking dumb the cops are around here. They want you to feel sorry for them because of their poor life choices. But anyway, yeah. But now you'll have fucking no fucking hope of actually enforcing conscription or anything like that. And even then, like, these smart ass little cunts that'll fucking talk back to the corporals and all this kind of shit. And when the corporals go full corporal mode on them, they'll fucking sook, bitch, whinge, and moan about fucking how they're being mistreated and blah blah blah. And then there's all this stuff about like fraternization. Like in the Australian Army, like back when I was in, it was like you weren't allowed to fraternize with females and enlisted females and stuff. But now, like there was this Sheila fucking 15 fucking years ago went through the Australian Defence Force Academy and she was running around fucking everybody stupid, right? Well, some of them fucking filmed it.
Yeah.
And it was only because she was about to get in trouble for fraternization that she's went, oh, I didn't agree with that. Oh, sexual assault and all this kind of shit and caused a big fucking brouhaha. And I remember back in the day, right, when like the women were starting to get into combat roles and stuff like that, and we were getting these fucking pamphlets and shit for how to act around women, and they had nonsense fucking photos in them, like, oh, you can't read porn around the women, and they had this woman at a desk and they two dudes with a stick book fucking standing behind her, like giggling and fucking pointing at the page kind of thing.
Right.
Like, never fucking seen that fucking ever. But sure as shit, I've heard a lot of Sheilas who've joined the fucking military who would no shit have to walk up to the enemy and say, oh, it's me. You don't mind if I shoot you now? Fuck. Don't want to wear cam cream because it can fucking ruin their complexion. I don't want to fucking yell and shit because it might ruin their fucking singing voice. And, just fuck off. We've got to slow down to keep up with them to keep up with us anyway, so...
Yeah, I can't speak to that. I was never allowed to serve, so my apologies on the ignorance of that, but that just seems wild to me.
But then on top of that, too, you got all these Sheilas that were joining up while we're in we're at war in the fucking global war on terror, and it's like, we're fighting against fucking Muslim countries that really don't fucking respect women at all. And what's going to happen when you cunts become POWs? I mean, you cry and bitch and moan about sexual assault in the fucking civilian world. What do you think they're going to fucking do to you if they get captured over in the Middle East?
Oh, yeah. They're
not going to treat you with fucking kids' gloves and fucking pretty roses and shit and run you a fucking bath. They're going to bend you over even if you've got a broken back like that Jessica Lynch, Sheila, and fucking pound you in the next fucking month.
Yeah, they did it to they did it to fucking
Jessica Lynch.
Yeah. I was gonna say there were other like reporters and shit that went over got fucking done like that too.
Oh, fuck, it didn't even have to happen in the fucking war zone. When these migrants started going into fucking Europe, there were all these dumb shit fucking female fucking reporters going, oh, well, we'll just go into this migrant camp full of these young blokes full of fucking no fucking morals and shit. And no shit, some of them got gang raped and stuff like that. And it was like, you dumb bitches, what'd you fucking go in there for? Like, fuck, you asked for it. No shit. Oh, but women asked for it. Well, you walk down Tilapia Street Punch Bowl with a mini skirt, fuck me boots, and a fucking hanky around your tits. They're going to fucking rape you, you stupid bitch. You don't want that to happen? Don't go to Tilapia Street Punch Bowl. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But you can't do. We have the right to walk down dark alleyways in the back of King's Cross and all this. Oh, well, fuck it. Then don't have any fucking sympathy when something happens. Fuck off. See you later.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm of the belief that, in getting back to topic here, but I'm of the belief the U.S. is screwed either way. We're screwed
Oh,
either way.
yeah.
There will be no United States in the next 5 years. That's my opinion. Now, I could be proven wrong. There might be a way to right the ship. I personally don't see it. I don't see it. And it all started with everybody just allowing the mental patient to sit in office.
Well, here is exactly where you guys sit. There's the 4 more years argument, right? Trump can get in tomorrow and he can tell Zelensky, right, too bad, so sad, you fucking lost, fucking start signing fucking peace agreements. And then go to Putin and say, yeah, terribly sorry about that fucking old geriatric cocksucker, but fucking now we're going to go fucking work with you and try and fucking sort shit out. Putin can always turn around and just go, yeah, but that's only for 4 more years. What happens when the Democrats steal the next election and we get another one of these fucking assholes?
Oh, and it'll happen again. Yeah, no. Like I said, we have 5 years as a country at best.
Yeah. And then there's all the businesses and stuff like that. When Trump got in, he reduced a lot of taxes for businesses, allowing them a lot more breathing room so they can expand and employ more people and all this kind of stuff. And this is that trickle down economics the fucking Democrats really fucking hate because it actually benefits the fucking little guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it really did do a lot to fucking actually get businesses to expand and employ more people and become more productive and all this kind of stuff. So you had companies come back from fucking overseas into America and then start fucking, going through all the motions to fucking set things up there, and that cost them a lot of money. And then now, because fucking Potato got in, everything's all fucking expensive to shit, and they've had to fucking evacuate the United States again.
Yeah, no,
Trump gets back in and says, "Come on back, guys. I'll give you all these tax incentives, and I'll give these, fucking all these monetary incentives, and fucking just come on back and employ cunts, and fucking it'll be great." And they'll just go, "But that's for 4 more years. We did this before, and we got fucked over for it. So why are we going to do it again?" But then there's also the BRICS countries too. All these BRICS countries that you've lost, the reason why they fucked off is because the United States has only got fucking sanctions to fucking scare people into doing what they want to do. Now they've been given an option where they're out from underneath American sanctions and they can trade the way that they want with whoever they want, the way that they want without fucking going through the United States. If Trump gets back in and says, "Oh yeah, no, don't join BRICS, come back to us and all this, it's all better now," and they'll just go, "Yeah, but that's only for 4 more years." What happens when they steal the next election and fucking this other,
you're
they put
absolutely
fucking
right.
Hillary in?
No, you're absolutely right. That's why there's no country.
You've lost all fucking credibility. Yeah, you've lost all. So even if Trump does get in, I'm pretty sure he's probably not going to be able to fix things now.
No, he won't.
This is also the reason why they're trying to push Potato back into fucking power, is because no cunt wants to fucking follow him because he's fucked things up that bad. Anybody who comes after him is going to fail instantly.
Yeah. No, we already lost our country. We lost our country in 2016.
Yeah.
That's it. When fucking what's her name started burning down her own servers to hide data.
No, it was when they did the remake of Ghostbusters. That's when things started really going to shit.
Ghostbusters. I can't even blame Ghostbusters, man. I can't even blame Ghostbusters. The guy didn't want to do the movie, right? He didn't. Paul Feig didn't want to fucking do the movie. He turned it down 4 times and said, "I don't want to do it." Turned it down 4 times, said, "I don't want to do it." So
yeah, we already know he fucked it up on purpose.
He did it on purpose, yeah. And so he intentionally went over budget. He intentionally just let the cameras roll and let the actors do whatever the hell they want. They didn't really have a set script. And they put a fucking dancing scene in the fucking movie. They spent like $50 million on a dancing scene, on one scene. So, yeah.
And go out of their way and fucking basically alienate half the fucking audience by fucking calling all the blokes fucking dickheads and assholes.
Yeah, I can't even be mad at Ghostbusters because the guy didn't want to do it to begin with. When you don't want to do a job, you're going to show people how much of a job you don't want to do. Yes, he did it at the detriment to his own thing, but his back was against the wall. He was in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where if he didn't do the movie, Sony was going to find a way to push him out of the industry. If he did do the movie, he was still going to be pushed out of the industry. there's
I thought being a puffy, all you have to do is just suck someone's dick and then everything would be fine again. You know what Hollywood's like.
yeah, maybe he didn't go to too many. Maybe he didn't go to enough child parties. Fucking that's gonna be a different thing for a different time, I think. But yeah, no, seriously, in the next 5 years, there isn't going to be in the United States, at least not one that we would recognize. They have paved the way, and I think, okay, here's what I think. I think the only way we get out of this is the corporations who have been backing the population, not the population, the politicians, I should say, the corporations who have been backing the politicians. And you've got like the fucking Nancy Pelosi's of the world who have been, trading very publicly on insider information. No one's been doing anything about. They're going to finally go, all right, look, you guys are messing with my home base. I have all of this money. You guys need to back the fuck up or I will do something. And the corporations step in and go, listen, we own the United States now. And there's not a fucking single thing you can do about it.
What do you think Elon Musk is trying to do? Fucking,
I think
that's funny.
I think he's going to load up some of those Dragon 5 rockets or whatever the fuck he's on right now. He's going to load up some of those Dragon rockets and he's going to accidentally drop shit on strategic targets.
It's fucking funny.
Maybe not Musk himself, but he's got the money for it. Every fucking corporation, and maybe not even Elon. Maybe some of the fucking board members. Maybe the board members get trigger happy. Because they have the tech. They have the money to back the tech. They could put together a private security force that dwarfs any United States military in 24 hours.
Yeah, look at Prigozhin.
What's that?
Look at Prigozhin.
Yeah.
He used to run fucking Wagner.
Yeah. In 24 hours, any of them could have a PMC. Any of them.
There's plenty of fucking mercenaries out there.
Yeah. And all it would take, all they would have to do is go into, let's say, some parts of Oregon, some parts of California, where those very small communities have it, not very small, they're actually kind of large communities in a very small space. These very large Second Amendment based communities, and they go, hey, your country's under threat and we need your help. And in that way, they have a disposable, they have toilet paper, fucking toilet paper soldiers they can just wipe their ass with.
Yeah, well, speaking of the fucking Second Amendment, like when the fuck are you cunts going to enact that bit? Because the second part of the Second Amendment's all about the fucking tyrannical government and all this, and I'm pretty fucking sure you've already got.
It's not just about tyrannical government. It's not just about tyrannical government. And a lot of people, here's the thing, is that this is a problem that a lot of people...
But that's the relevant point at the moment. Right. You guys should be acting on.
Right. Before I continue with my thought, I have to get this across. And a lot of people seem to think that the Constitution is like a permission slip. Oh, yeah, the government allows you to do this. No, the government... The thing about the Constitution is that any Constitution is that it is the governing body sees and acknowledges that by virtue of you having been born, that your God-given rights, right, should be these things. That you should live a free life. And these are the tools that we are outlining that you need for those rights. If a lot of these armchair anti-gun activists and armchair fucking Second Amendment supporters were to get that through their head, then the pro-abortion people would go, okay, you want to, see that this isn't a right for us, but we think it is a right. So here's our gun. Don't fucking change that law to make it illegal for us to get this thing. I don't care if you're pro-abortion. I don't care if you're anti-abortion. That's between you and God, or between you and the person you're fucking. All right? I don't care. If we're not fucking, I don't give a shit. It doesn't concern me. Right? That's the way I see it. That's the way I see abortion. I would rather people not get abortions, but I understand the economic reasons and maybe the interpersonal relationship reasons why you would get an abortion. I could see where that is, and while I don't like it, I have to accept that some people are just going to do shit that I don't like, right? And that's just the way it is. I'm not going to get along with everybody in the world, right? I don't think you and I, Farty, get along all the time, right? I think I do some boneheaded shit sometimes that pisses you off, and sometimes you do some shit that pisses me off, but that's just human nature, right? And I'm not saying this to hijack and be all, ooh, you suck. No, I'm pointing out a very, very obvious human nature thing, right? Like humans, we're just built that way, right? I'm not gonna like shit, but I'll tolerate it, right? And the shit that I do like, I'll want to tolerate even more. I'll go beyond tolerating and actually fucking actively engage with the shit that I do like. And then, when I have a thought or opinion on something, I'm going to share it. That's human nature. And once we realize that's how humans work, once we realize that the Constitution isn't a permission slip and that it's a list of tools that we recognize as a list of tools to ensure that tyranny doesn't spring up from the soil of the United States, we will be much better off for it, but it'll never happen because Americans are getting dumber and dumber and dumber, and we seem to think everything is a permission slip. We seem to think we need permission for every fucking thing. If you want to identify as a fucking frisbee, you need permission from the government to identify as a fucking frisbee by going and getting your driver's license changed from male/female to frisbee. And that's just not the way it works. And I'm not saying you should be able to do whatever you want all the fucking time, because that would just be stupid. We need rules in place. And sometimes the Constitution allows rules to be put into place, right? But some of those rules just go against some of those rules make obsolete the tools we need to ensure that tyranny doesn't come to fruition. But the problem is everyone's so fucking caught up on pro-gun, pro-choice, and that is the fight that seems to be happening. And then you've got the third group of people who are in the middle going, I don't give a shit, right? The third group of people is so apathetic that the other two group of people could fucking murder each other and not even care. And now we are living in a society where the government is tyrannical. How do we know the government is tyrannical? Because of the way the fucking last election went. And if they were able to get away with it this time, that means that the tyranny has been going on for a lot longer than people seem to realize.
Yeah, Barry Obama.
Even longer than that.
Just a quick note on abortions right now. Like, quite honestly, I couldn't give a fuck if you want to murder kids. That's up to fucking you. But fucking, as a medic, right, there's still that thing of communicable diseases. And with fucking Kamala, the cackling camel toe heels up Harris, running around fucking trying to perpetuate the thing that fucking childbirth is a life-threatening fucking disease or some fucking shit, and the kid needs to be fucking aborted like a fucking virus. Well, that's just perpetuating all of these fucking stupid women running around and not using contraceptives because they're fucking using the abortion method as contraception.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, that doesn't stop people from contracting venereal diseases and whatnot. And the whole point of fucking pushing contraception over abortion is to prevent that kind of stuff, which is a public health issue. And while the fucking cackling camel toe keeps fucking saying that, like, no, go fuck without a franger because you can always have the cunt aborted. Well, she's causing a public health issue by fucking perpetuating venereal diseases,
Yeah.
especially ones that we've contained, like AIDS and stuff like that.
You know,
And fucking that's fucking negligent.
You know, we were told about venereal disease in high school. We were told about it in high school. The problem is, and here's where 5 years difference makes, right? Because Farty and I are about 5 years from each other. I'm gonna spoiler alert everybody. My schooling, we were told about venereal disease. I know for a fact they don't teach that anymore. They don't teach about venereal disease. They talk about strictly pregnancy now. I know that because I have a brother who is 10 years younger than me, and he was talking about how he didn't know about fucking venereal disease. And a friend of his caught gonorrhea from some bitch that he was, that he fucking shacked up with. And now, every time he pees, it's like a fucking, he's like a fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? A fucking, flamethrower coming out of his dick. And, he didn't know about it. So he had to do his own research. The only thing they taught him about was pregnancy. So I know for a fact that in school, Farty, you were probably shown pictures of what this shit looked like.
Actual fact, fucking my first knowledge of communicable diseases, and we call it communicable diseases because we're not fucking the patients.
Right.
Was taught to me when I first joined St. John's Ambulance Brigades when I was 8 years old. Be very aware that open cuts and shit like that, if you've got an open cut yourself and you're dealing with someone that's bleeding, you've got to worry about what they might have in their bloodstream and stuff like that. Watch out for needle sticks. Fucking,
how old were you, Farty?
Hepatitis B or is it Hep C that can be communicated by fucking spit and shit.
How old did you say you were, Farty? You broke up.
8.
8.
8 years old.
8. Like,
that's
not
how
even
long
10.
I've been doing first aid for. 8 years old.
Fucking preteen.
I fucking saw Doogie fucking Howser and I wanted to be him.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, I'm talking high school, right? You were in high school. You probably got the fucking, here's what VD looks like.
Well, this is where teachers fucking hate me because I already know so much about fucking everything. I end up teaching some fucking lessons and stuff like that. Like, say, with the fatigue management course, I used a lot of my medical training and stuff like that, on how the human body works to fucking teach that course. And I was getting more information out than what the instructor actually fucking knew about it. He just ended up going, just fucking copy out of this dude's book and I'll pass you. In fucking school, they were talking about fucking communicable disease or venereal diseases and stuff like that. And I started interjecting and shit. The teacher kept on telling me to shut the fuck up because she couldn't speak.
That's the difference between men and women, isn't it? Like, women get hyper emotional about some shit, and a guy is just gonna be like, he might be pissed about it, but he's like, all right, whatever, just fucking say your piece already so we can move on.
Well, that's the funny part about it, because like I was in the Western Suburbs Combined Cadet Division with St. John's Ambulance, and there was 2 Sheilas that were running it, Helen and Pella Banyu, and they were sisters. And they're still, as far as I'm aware, they're still like an actual fucking establishment in St. John's Ambulance as an organisation.
Mm-hmm.
And the last actual first aid refresher course that I did was many years ago. It was Pella that was doing the course, and she remembered me. And fucking like, she was telling me, look, can you shut up and let somebody else answer the fucking question, because we've got to assess them too. I know you know your shit. Just fucking let them fucking answer a question or two. It gets to the practical exam where we're fucking doing bandaging and shit like that. And of course, she'd come along and like I'm sitting there with the bandages, my partner's fucking bandaged me up. And then it was my turn to do it. And then Pella's just come along and like, while I'm sitting there with the bandages, she's going, "You didn't help them, did you?" Like, no. They did this all by themselves. Like, all right, I'll trust you. And then when I did it on the patient, she didn't even bother looking. She's like, yeah, you know your shit.
So my only problem with abortionists, this is my only problem with abortionists, not abortion. Like I said, I don't have a stance on abortion. I don't, my, I do have a problem with abortion. I do have a stance on abortion. I've made that clear. I need to rephrase. I don't have a problem with someone getting an abortion. I do have a problem with the practice. I do have a problem with the idea behind it. And I have a problem with people using it as a contraceptive. That's not really a contraceptive. End of story.
I had one more funny thought too. Is that when all these cunts were fucking a few years ago, like the younger fucking uni student Sheilas were fucking going on about, if my mum had abortions back when she was fucking pregnant, she would have fucking definitely used it. And I'm like, you do realise that your mum has been basically saying she never wanted to have you and you're a bit fucking burden and she hates your fucking guts and wished you were fucking dead. And you've got no problems in that, you silly cunt.
Yeah. But no, here's my problem with abortion. My problem with abortionists, my major problem with abortionists is they are the first to go, oh, look, all the kids that got killed in that school shooting. Isn't it so terrible that the kids got killed? Think of the children.
Oh, did I show you that meme?
Yeah.
The meme with the Sheila with, like, I've had 21 abortions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next photo is like, it's basically more people have died inside this woman, and then the next picture is Columbine High School than in this building.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. And it's grim, and it is terrifying, and it bothers the hell out of me that's a thing. You cannot.
Well, here's another.
You cannot. Hold on, Farty. Hold your thought, please. Hold your thought, because I need to get this out, and I'm gonna lose it.
All right.
You cannot be pro-abortion. You cannot be pro-abortion. You cannot be pro just ripping babies out of bodies, and you cannot be pro the government needs to protect this right. I don't know if it's a right or not. I don't really care. You cannot be pro-abortion and then complain and whine when there's a school shooting because you don't like guns. I don't like abortion. I don't want it to be a thing. But you know fucking what? I deal with it being a thing, even though the only chance I have ever had to be a father was taken away from me by some bitch who got an abortion. So I have a grudge against abortion personally. I have a grudge against the practice personally. But even though I despise the fucking practice, I tolerate its existence because I think that it, in some cases, needs to be protected. And it doesn't need to be protected in the cases of someone just going around fucking for the sake of fucking. I get it. Everybody likes sex. I get it. It feels good. And I've forgotten what it feels like. But you know what? I get it. I get it. But for the love of God, you cannot fucking use it. You cannot use guns as an excuse to think of the children when you're actively saying fuck the children by getting an abortion. That's all there is to it. Sorry, Farty. Thank you for holding your thought.
All right, well, here's another fun fact about me. In '99, I got a job over in the States teaching kids how to shoot guns in a summer camp 6 months after Columbine. And the funniest part about it was actually the reactions of the people I had to go through to fucking, like, do the preparations to leave the country. I was getting me, vaccines and shit like that. And fucking, they're all like, oh, so you're going overseas? Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, where are you going? Oh, off to America. And they're like, oh, so what are you doing? Is it work or pleasure? And I was like, oh, work. And they're like, oh, yeah, what are you doing? I was like, I'm teaching little kids how to shoot guns. And I'm like, oh, right, you fucking psycho. That was 6 months after Columbine. I actually thought I wasn't going to get the job because I applied for it before Columbine. When Columbine happened, I was like, oh, well, there goes that. And they're like, no, we still want you to come over. I'm like, all righty.
You know, if we had more programs like that, I don't think Columbine would happen every fucking week, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's my argument because as far as I'm aware,
You don't even
every
need gun
person...
training. You just need to know that it's going to happen. Sorry for interrupting, Farty. You don't even need gun training. You just need to know that it could possibly happen and how to disarm an active shooter.
And well, it's not even that. I mean, like, everyone that I've trained, as far as I'm aware, has not fucking hurt anyone yet. Not on purpose, because remember, I have trained fucking soldiers and shit too. So like cunts who have ended up being soldiers and stuff like that. And so fucking evidently some of them are gone, but that's a specific circumstance, and it's a you or him, and that's all bets are off at that point.
Oh yeah,
fucking. But no one's gone into a fucking Walmart and started fucking going, "Come here, motherfucker!
Farty taught me how to kill you. Let's go, bitches."
Get some. Come on, get some. You just don't lead them as much.
I'm gonna
fucking like well, unfortunately, abortion does have a fucking purpose. I can see, like, in very specific circumstances, and it is to the individual circumstance, right? So if you've been raped and you get pregnant from that, it's very unfair that you have to fucking live with that trauma if you don't need to and you don't want to, right?
Oh no, I agree with you. Yeah.
So in that case, if it is a case of the child or the mother and one of them's going to die, well, especially if like, the mother can still have fucking kids. This is just one anomaly in the fucking, a one-off fucking stillbirth or fucking problematic birth or something like that. Yeah, okay, terminate the birth and save the fucking mother. But if you're going to use it as contraception, then, well, fuck, you may as well just go and run out in front of a truck because you're probably going to get some venereal disease that'll off you anyway.
Oh, I was gonna do you one further, Farty. If you're gonna use it as a contraceptive, you may as well be going into schoolrooms yourself and fucking shooting kids yourself. End of story. If you're gonna use it as a contraceptive, you may as well just fucking kill someone else's kid while you're at it.
There is the responsible aspect of it as well, because a lot of people don't understand that if you knowingly pass on a communicable disease, it is in fact in some cases the same as a murder charge. So if you had AIDS or something like that,
Not in the United States anymore.
It is out here. But there was this one case over in America where this black fella was running around fucking all these Sheilas, and he knowingly had AIDS and stuff like that, and basically gave a whole bunch of Sheilas a death sentence, and they charged him akin to murder. Yeah. And they don't fucking tell people that, like, if you do have something, even if it's just a minor infection that'll just cause an irritation, like a staph infection or something like that, you still need to tell the person that you're going to fuck that you've got it. And then they've got the option of whether they're going to fuck you with a franger, go in dry, or fucking raw dog you, or fucking not fuck you at all. Yeah. But if you don't tell somebody that you've got this venereal disease and you give it to them, that's actually a criminal offense. Like that's akin to fucking giving someone a death sentence in some cases.
Yeah. And even if they have a cold, like you should still like tell somebody, even if you have a cold. That's my personal philosophy. If someone has a cold, right? And I know I have a weak immune system or something like that, and they go, "Hey, do you want to have sex with me? I have a cold." I should be able to go, you know what? Maybe wait till you're better.
Fucking, I've had a standard, like, if I ever have a casualty and I do get blood on me, I usually try and find some Lex foam and fucking get rid of it straight away like that. Like, use it, do properly, don't fuck around with it. Right. Because, like, even if it's not an open cut or something like that, it's just sort of kind of like, well, fucking, I don't know whether this
can still absorb it. Your skin can still absorb it.
more to the point, I don't know if this cunt does have anything, and if they say no, I don't even know if they're being truthful. So it's just better to be fucking safe.
Yeah.
And like, there's been numerous times where I've been first on site and I've dealt with a casualty, and when the ambos rocked up, you know, as soon as they're finished fucking initially fucking looking after the casualty, is like, I pinch your Lex phone for a sec. Oh, why?
Yeah.
This. Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and you never want to use alcohol in an instance like that because the alcohol can actually help that shit get into your skin easier.
Yeah, that's why you are. That's why you use a Lex foam. That's
Yeah.
like a special antibacterial, antivenereal, antiviral, fucking special fucking UV shit. Like
It'll
fucking.
even kill AIDS, which is weird because nothing else can kill AIDS.
Oh no, open atmosphere will kill AIDS in a couple of seconds.
Oh, really? That fast? I thought
Yeah,
it took like an hour.
nah, you can't live very long outside the body.
Yeah.
That's why it's more that's blood to blood and all this kind of stuff. So liquid blood, and if you get, like, say, someone
Oh, okay.
splashes something on an open cut, then that's
But you still
basically
want to
right
take
in there,
care
and
of it. You
it'll
still want to
it'll
take
fucking.
care of it ASAP is the point.
Oh yeah, if you fucking get a needle stick and, like, they say, like, I had this one time with the Salvation Army where we were cleaning out a bin and there was a fucking bunch of needles in there. Like, they'd been in there for fucking weeks, right? But fucking still, if it's a needle stick, you got to fucking do the whole fucking drama of getting the tests and all this kind of stuff, and that's
Yeah.
not fucking fun. Um, Even though it's dried blood and stuff like that, you just don't take the fucking risk.
Yeah. So we're coming up on the last 10 minutes of the show here. And I wanted to bring I forgot what I wanted to fucking say. My god.
Stonehenge huffing paint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Stonehenge.
Dickhead fucking asshole who fucking protested about bloody oil, who probably got to their fucking protest site in an oil burning vehicle and fucking all this kind of shit, wearing plastic clothes and being the biggest bunch of fucking hypocrites under the sun, just so they can act like fuckwits, because they know that the law's on their side, and if someone tries to stop them, then that's assault and all this kind of shit. When rightfully we should just be able to beat the fucking shit out of them to fucking teach them a lesson to stop being stupid.
Um yeah, that's a pretty concise argument. That's a pretty concise way of saying things. Um Here's my thoughts. Why would you attack Stonehenge? Everybody loves Stonehenge. So, were you doing it just to get eyes on it? Cuz there are better ways of getting attention for your cause. And if your idea is to shock people into believing your way of life, good fucking job, you failed. Um that's number 1. Number 2, doing stupid shit like this doesn't bring anyone over to your side. It doesn't make you the good guy. It doesn't make you righteous in defeat. It doesn't make you, it doesn't give you a victory. What it does is it alienates regular people. And then when we hear people going, "Oh, well, blocking traffic is a very effective means of doing this, that, or the other thing." Blocking
No, that just
traffic.
pisses everyone off.
No, it just pisses everyone off. But historically, you want to know how blocking traffic worked? Blocking traffic worked when people were trying to stop politicians and lawmakers from going to do their job, not the entire fucking world. They recognized the issue was from the top down, and that the politicians in the 60s, right, when we had the era of in the 60s for the civil rights marches and shit. One of the things they used was blocking traffic to stop politicians and lawmakers from going to work, so that because people wanted the Jim Crow laws revoked, and we didn't lose the Jim Crow laws until the 1960s. The Jim Crow laws lasted from like the mid to late 1800s all the way up to the 1960s, right after slavery was abolished in the United States. They went, okay, we're going to abolish slavery, And the Democrats were like, we don't want the black people in our bathrooms. Is basically how it came down. And then people started putting 2 bathrooms in because a bathroom was a fucking expensive thing to do for restaurants and shit. So they had to come up with 2 bathrooms for that shit. Which is why we have male and female bathrooms now, because it was going to be too fucking expensive to remove the fucking bathrooms. Because of the Jim Crow laws, right? That was one of the things of the Jim Crow laws, right? So now that's the reason why we have 2 bathrooms and why people can't seem to fucking agree on what bathroom they want to use anymore, all because of a Jim Crow relic that still sits to this fucking day, right? So they would block the traffic so the politicians could go, oh, fine, but we don't really want this to be a thing. And you had fucking Diaper Joe leading the charge against, abolishing fucking Jim Crow stuff. How? Well, he tried to stop busing. He tried to stop busing for inner city kids to get to good schools because he was afraid of those good schools going to shit because of the race mixing. And he tried to prevent that. And if you don't believe me, there's video of it online that you can dig up of him saying how anti-busing he is. And
he doesn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle.
Yeah, and there's video cassettes from C-SPAN from the 1960s, because we were, of course, broadcasting that shit all the fucking time, even in the 1960s, even in the 1950s, when broadcast television was a thing. So since broadcast television started, we've been broadcasting the inside of these political debates because the people had a fucking right to know.
Well, with these cunts in there fucking painting all this kind of stuff, I reckon the greatest deterrent for them is we should have boom cameras all over the place. Is that, you see the one that happened to Dancing with the Stars, and that fucking boom camera operator just went, fuck off.
The problem with cameras all over the place is they've been experimenting with that in the UK, and now we have Blade Runners in the UK chopping down camera poles because the UK, England, is taxing people with cars older than like 5 years or something, and they're fining these people like $15-20 US a day because they can't afford a fucking car. Oh, you're talking like the actual, like the boom mic operator who smacked the guy on. Okay.
Yeah. Swing the whole fucking thing into the cunt.
Okay.
Just knock the bastard over with a giant fucking boom camera thing. Big fucking metal arm with a fucking dirty great big camera on it, and just swing the cunt around, knock the cunt over. Fucking yeah.
I've got a better idea, Vardy. Would you want to hear my better idea?
Mm.
We station armed guards at Stonehenge now, but they're all armed with t-shirt cannons. And we just fucking Maud Flanders the hell out of anyone who tries to spray paint Stonehenge now.
No. I've got an even better one, because there was an incident in Germany, right, where these dumb fucks were sitting on the road, and a couple of the pedestrians, a couple of blokes, right, they come up and they grabbed a couple of these cheese dicks and dragged them off the road, and of course they got up and fucking went straight back to the road. But then there was this fucking giant fucking blonde Sheila called Helga. The big fucking Bundeswehr fucking border guard with giant fucking tits that just smash your fucking face into them. They're like, oh, you'd love to be fucking whipped with this by this bitch. And she just comes up and starts grabbing cunts by the hair and just dragging them off. And it's like, yeah, you don't fuck with this woman.
Death by snoo.
Big fucking Sheilas, like big giant blonde German Sheilas from the Bundeswehr called fucking Helga with giant fucking tits. Like, come here, son.
Would you say that's a death by snoo moment, Farty?
Yeah, pretty much. But on a serious note, though, like, getting back to the responsible adult in the room and all this kind of stuff, there have been times where cunts have been trying to get to hospital and they've been blocking ambulances and stuff like that. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to block an ambulance or someone getting to medical care or something like that because of your own fucking bullshit, well, then we should have the right to just kick the ever-loving fuck out of you and put you in a position where you need an ambulance too.
Oh, yeah. I'm in favor of running over protesters sitting in the middle of the road, and I'm in favor
Oh, yeah,
of...
fuck around and find out.
Yeah, and I'm in favor of, in the case of these two assholes, I think the Scottish government should make an example of them. I think the Scottish government should torture the shit out of these guys live on national television. I think they should do it.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do fucking, because we know that because of fucking what's that Scottish dude name? Fucking on YouTube, he's fucking pug that done the fucking Hitler salute.
Oh, shit. Dank something.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Dank something.
Count Dankula.
Yeah, that's it. Count Dankula.
Fucking, we should edit film and make a deep fake with them doing the Hitler salute and wearing swastika fucking armbands and stuff and say, hey, Scottish government, you know, you had a problem with a pug. Look at these humans doing it.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Or we let fucking Scottish fucking baggage handlers deal with them. Because we've already seen what they do with fucking terrorists. I mean, I love that fucking headline. Baggage handler kicks burning terrorist in the balls so hard he breaks toe.
Yeah, or you could be like that one Chinese lady who made international headlines by squeezing a cop's balls until he died.
Huh?
Did you not hear about that? It was a couple of years ago.
No.
She got a parking ticket, and she was so pissed off that she squeezed the cop's balls. There's video of it. She's screaming as loud as she can, staring him in the eye, squeezing this guy's balls. And he's just like, he's going down further and further with the pain. And then he just fucking gives up and dies.
He should have fucking kneed her in the ovaries and then she would have felt what it feels like.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's the female equivalent of getting kicked in the balls. You know, you shell her in the ovaries and they go down exactly the same as a bloke.
Yeah,
Don't ask me how I know that.
You got to aim a little higher, though.
Yeah. But usually they're shorter, so it works out better.
All right.
Don't know that either.
Well, we've got to run here, guys. So thank you for hanging out with us. We hope to see you again next week, provided YouTube doesn't get a bug in their ass about everything we said, which we know they will because it's YouTube, and you know it's we're right, you're wrong, no matter what.
Oh, hang on. This new bloke who's fucking running YouTube at the moment, he's an Indian fellow, and I've got a secret recording of him. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. Please do not redeem the code. Do not redeem the code, I tell you. Do not redeem the code.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we're going to get banned for that one for sure. You stupid bitch. Why did you redeem the code? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. But we're going to take off. You have yourselves a wonderful fucking weekend. We will see you again. Same time, same channel next week.
Boobies.
We're Cinder and Farty, the terror of the town. Everywhere we go, we bring the curtains down. Cinder's got his head up in the clouds so high. And Farty's dropping truth bombs, making grown men cry. We swear like sailors, cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. For bars and cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. Sanders got a mouth that never knows when to quit. He'll say the wrong thing just for the hell of it. Farty's on a rant about the state of the nation, while Sanders in the corner lacking concentration. We swear like sailors, cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. From bars to cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just cause the night's getting finer. Chandra's a dreamer with his head in the world. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. Andrew tried to flirt, but it turned into a mess. He called her a lady, she heard hot mess. Farty's on his soapbox, preaching to the crowd, but all they hear is noise, cause he's way too loud. We swear like sailors, cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. The bars are cafes, they show us the door, but we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. So if you see us coming, better lock the door, cause Chandra and Farty are always looking for more. We're a whirlwind of chaos, a two-man parade, and we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another, cause the night's getting finer. Chandra's a dreamer with his head in a whirl. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another, cause the night's getting finer. Chandra's a dreamer with his head in a whirl. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. Chandra tried to flirt, but it turned into a mess. He called her a lady, she heard hot mess, didn't find her. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till I let your hair curl. So if you see us coming, better lock the door, cause Chandra and Farty are always looking for more. We're a whirlwind of chaos, a two-man parade, and we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling.